Hello, it's a stormy picture at the western end of the Med at the moment. A deep area of low pressure here whipping up the winds and producing some very heavy rain. More to come out of that to get us through the middle of the week as well. Notice how the cloud kind of streams back across the Med, however. The influence of that low, even as far east as Croatia, will be strong, potentially even damaging winds on Wednesday. In fact, around the Velebit Channel, the Croatian Met Service has issued the highest level warning because there could be a danger to life from the strong and gusty Bora on Wednesday. Further east, one weather system pushing into Greece and Turkey, bringing wet, windy and wintry weather. There's more heavy rain across eastern Spain and for the Balearics on Wednesday. Head further north, high pressure does keep things fairly settled. It's a little chilly in the far northwest, but actually across Scandinavia into western Russia, it is still relatively mild for the time of year. Temperatures will start to lift to the far northwest though come Thursday as we pick up a more Atlantic influence to our weather. Some quite heavy and persistent rain moving into the north of the UK. Finally, a little bit calmer to the western side of the Med, but still some showers around for the Balearics even on Thursday. It's going to take, I think, until the end of the week for us to see the picture really clearing here. But as promised, for the northwest of Europe, some milder weather returning by the end of the week. Temperatures back into double figures, but the rain does start to come in as well. Hello. Blizzard conditions have blasted northeastern states of the US in the last 24 hours. Connecticut, New York badly affected. And now we've got some more heavy snow, I think, to come for New England out of this area of low pressure, which is gradually pulling its way out into the Atlantic. Still some strong winds, though, which will particularly affect the Canadian Maritimes, Labrador and Newfoundland in for a stormy old day on Tuesday, and some snow pulling through from the east of the Canadian mainland as well. Generally, though, to the east of the US, quieter behind that storm system, but some colder air will sit in place. Further west, areas of low pressure pushing in from the Pacific. So for western Canada, wet along the length of the coast, but snow as that system pushes across the Rockies into British Columbia and Alberta. Pretty wet air as well, moist air coming into the Californian coast for the next 24 hours, making the skies pretty grey with some fairly solid rain actually for the likes of San Francisco, Los Angeles and Sacramento, but it does look drier from Thursday onwards. A closer look at the eastern seaboard, then there's our low pulling away. New York back with some sunnier skies on Tuesday, but it will still feel cold. We'll still have the northeasterly wind. So yes, the thermometer may read up to +6 degrees Celsius, but it will feel closer to freezing. To the south, our temperatures start to recover across Atlanta. Hello. We've seen some fairly relentless rainfall across southern and southeastern Brazil in the last few days, thanks to the tail end of a frontal system. It's bumping a little bit further north though now, so the likes of Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, hopefully some dry conditions on Tuesday. Further south, another low spiralling up off the coast of Argentina will feed some showers towards Buenos Aires. The showers across Colombia, stretching as far north as Panama, as far south as northern Ecuador, are set to remain fairly static, I think, on Tuesday. The rainfall totals continuing to top up here and potentially some flooding. Showers for Brasilia, quite heavy at times, some heavier ones across northern Paraguay too. And weather fronts continuing to graze into southernmost Chile and through Patagonia, bringing quite heavy rain and some strong winds at times. Certainly some more heavy showers for Bolivia in our outlook. Buenos Aires back into the sunshine though once that front pulls away. Central America, pretty quiet currently. Some fine weather for many on Tuesday. Heaviest showers probably across Costa Rica. As I said, that tends to link up with that wetter weather sitting across Panama at the moment. The outlook for the coming days features a lot of fine weather across the region as well, although obviously we can't rule out some further heavier showers for parts of Costa Rica. Hello. The threat of heavy rain remains a significant issue for Kenya, Tanzania and Somalia in the short term. We've seen yet again, which you can see from our satellite picture, these bright white clouds that have blistered up across the plains, for example, of Tanzania. Heavy downpours in the last 24 hours and more are forecast for Wednesday, but we also need to cast our eye closer to the coast of Kenya and Tanzania for showers moving in. And for Somalia, we have a tropical depression 6A approaching through the next 24 hours. Heavy rain also likely to cause some issues, I think, to the east of South Africa. But on a positive note here, it will help to break the heat wave somewhat here and also reduce the wildfire risk. But as you can see, for Nairobi, heavy rain to come in our outlook, and it's a similar story for the likes of Arusha and all areas kind of adjacent to that Serengeti region. So a wet story for Eastern Africa. In contrast, the Middle East, as you probably would expect, largely dominated by dry weather. However, here, of course, we are close to the outer bands of 6A, so we will, I think, get some thicker cloud for coastal Yemen and Oman, and a chance of some showers at times too. Also, a slightly strengthening wind, but you can see how the heavier rain pushes into northern Somalia on Wednesday, could work its way as far west as Djibouti. So a chance of some showers for Aden and Salalah in the coming days. Hello, we are in the rainy season now for the Maldives, Sri Lanka and southernmost India. These showers are not unusual for the time of year, but the relentlessness of them and the very heavy nature of the rain is somewhat exceptional. We're also seeing an area of showers in the Arabian Sea showing signs of spinning up into a tropical depression in the next couple of days. A low risk at the moment, but the winds around that circulation are going to bring some pretty stormy conditions for coastal parts of Kerala, Maharashtra and Goa on Wednesday. In contrast, as we make our way further north, things are a good deal quieter and rather on the mild side, actually, across Kazakhstan, with a high of 3 in Nur Sultan, 18 in Tashkent on Wednesday, very much on the mild side here. Sunshine across Afghanistan, taking us into Pakistan. Could be some problems though with stubborn fog for northernmost India on Wednesday. As I said, it will be the winds that are the talking point along the length of the west coast, the showers to the south, and then for the northeast, with still conditions, the possibility of some dense fog forming here, particularly for the likes of Assam and Meghalaya, that could linger in some places throughout the day on Wednesday. For Dhaka and Islamabad, and indeed Mumbai, a lot of sunshine though in our outlook. For Colombo, more showers. Quite mixed fare for Tashkent in the coming days, a 10-degree drop in temperature as some rain arrives. Hello. Typhoon Kamurai has roared across the northern Philippines, winds peaking with gusts in excess of 230 kilometres per hour. More heavy rain to come as this storm exits its way out into the South China Sea. It will then hook southwards, continuing to weaken, eventually bringing a surge of heavy rainfall, I think, towards the eastern half of the Philippines. Further north, and a big area of high pressure, means a much quieter story across China and the Korean Peninsula, for southern Japan as well. Northern Japan, though, picking up some hefty wintry showers and some strong winds in the next few days too. Quite heavy showers affecting Taiwan on Wednesday and some heavier rain for northern Indonesia. In fact, if we take a look at our outlooks, you can see more thunderstorms for Jakarta Wednesday and Thursday, and for Taipei, the rain never too far away. However, Australia is still plagued with very dry weather on Wednesday. High wildfire risk across many parts of New South Wales and Queensland. Some showers to the far north. To the south, definitely a more mixed picture as an area of low pressure rules towards New Zealand. We've got strong winds for Tasmania and some showers. It's the South Island of New Zealand, though, that bears the brunt of this frontal system. An inundation of rain for some areas, and there is the risk of flash flooding, and there's more wet weather to come in the outlook for the South Island in the next few days too.